Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Thursday, August 22nd, 2024. Yes, there is a Trump docket filing. Yesterday late, Letitia James' office, the New York Attorney General, filed its opposition to Trump's appeal to the Appellate Division, First Department, of the $450 million plus Trump org verdict and judgment. That oral argument is going to take place on September 26th, and we will be covering it. Yes, we will be covering it. Will there be a sentencing down here on September 18th? We still don't know. Judge Merchan has not yet ruled on the request that it be pushed back to allow for appellate, once again, to the First Department, action on his ruling on the Supreme Court's immunity decisions implications for the case. So there's that. Now, on the crypto sphere, very interesting filing late last night. Ryan Salame, of FTX fame, he got 90 months after, of course, Sam Bankman-Fried got a lot more. He got 90 months, and he pled guilty. It's very hard to withdraw your guilty plea, but that's exactly what he's trying. And it is an innovative. Often people seek to withdraw their plea based on claiming ineffective assistance of counsel. In this case, he's claiming kind of prosecutorial fraud. He's saying that he got an oral agreement, not that the mother of his child, Michelle Bond, would not be prosecuted, and that they're now moving toward indicting her. And so he either wants a ruling that she can't be indicted or that his guilty plea is taken off. We put it up. You can find it. We put it on Inner City Press, put it on Patreon. Take a look at it. The FTX saga never ceases to develop. Now, behind me is the now empty MCC jail, where Jeffrey Epstein met his end. However, the MDC in Brooklyn, there's a wing of it where it used to be Joshua Shelty, charged with the Vault 7 CIA leak, and a guy called Chola Abdullah, who's in from Somalia and charged with being part of an al-Shabaab plot to blow up airliners. Now, Schulte was convicted and sentenced to long term since now in Florence, Colorado, Supermax. So, Cholo, whose case I've been covering at every court appearance, he had complained, his lawyer had complained, that there's white noise turned up so loud that doctors can't even hear him when he speaks through the cell block door. And the answer was that, well, these guys are under SAMs, Special Administrative Measures, which we covered quite extensively on the Schulte case. He wasn't allowed to speak to the press. He wasn't allowed to do any number of things. But Cholo's under SAMs, and so they said. So basically, Judge Torres said, "Please inform me why the white noise is still cranking if Schulte's in Florence, Colorado." Well, yesterday, the prosecutors wrote back and said, in fact, there's two other inmates of the MDC who've been put on Cholo's wing, that they're also subject to SAMs, and they anticipate that a fourth one should be arriving soon. I'm willing to take a guess. I think that's El Mayo, the El Chapo case guy who's down in Texas that thare trying to bring up to the EDNY case, but they'd put him in the MDC with Cholo. So it sounds like the noise is going to continue to be cranked up. It's pretty outrageous. Meanwhile, on the UN front, amid absolute failure on Gaza and Ukraine, Antonio Guterres is in Samoa, where he was talking the good talk about how the UN is fully committed to Samoa and the Cook Islands, which is not even a UN member. But what he ignored is the extensive history of UN corruption in Samoa, including its green climate fund. Basically, the UNDP thing has been so badly run that a project to fortify the city of Apia against the river was stalled out. None of this, of course, was dealt with in Guterres' bloviation. And in fact, the whole Samoa trip is just a fig leaf for him to be checking in with Beijing and Xi Jinping. But we'll have that when he arrives there. Inner City Press, we're banned from the UN for this kind of reporting, although they let in people that write no stories at all. Interesting. But we won't cease. To be continued, Inner City Press.